Hi everyone, Jeremy here from Video Studio, and today I'm going to show you how to use some social media titles in DaVinci Resolve. Those assets are part of our free starter pack, which is a complete toolkit we've built for DaVinci Resolve. In this video, we'll cover when to use them, how they work, and how to make them fit your project perfectly. You can download it for free with the link in the description below. So if you're ready, let's jump in. You can download the pack with the link in the description below. Just enter your email and we'll send the pack directly to your inbox. After downloading your pack, you'll get a zip file. Double-click on the zip file to unzip it, which will give you a folder. In that folder, you'll find a couple of things: the installation instruction, the license, the DRFX file for DaVinci Resolve, and the font used to create the assets. Start by installing the fonts. Without them, DaVinci Resolve will not know which font to use, which can result in a black screen when you drag your title onto the timeline. To install the font, simply go to the font folder. If you're on Mac, just select all the font and double-click on them. This will open a window asking if you want to install the font. Select Install. If you're on Windows, same thing. Just select all the font and then right-click and select Install. Alternatively, you can drag or copy and paste the font directly into your computer fonts folder. Once the fonts are installed, double-click on the DRFX file to install the pack. This process is the same for both Mac and Windows. This will open DaVinci Resolve, if not already, and prompt open a window asking if you want to install the pack. Select Install. Once in DaVinci Resolve, you can find those titles by going over to Effect, Titles, Video Studio, and then here scroll down until you find the free starter pack. Then here you'll have the social media section, which is the one that we're going to be covering in this video. There is 18 different titles that you can choose from. There is some older ones, some new ones, so they're not necessarily sharing exactly the same functionality because they've been created at different time periods. Some of them have been created 4 or 5 years ago, and some have been created more recently. But we've kept the older one in the pack because we believe they are still helpful for most editors. But because those companies sometimes change their UI, their logo, or their name, it's hard for us to keep track of all of that, considering that this pack is a free resource. And it's often easier to just create a brand new title from scratch than trying to update an older one. Now, with that being said, let's just go over a couple of those titles and see how they work. Most of those titles have been created with YouTube and Instagram in mind, but they can be kind of tweaked to fit most of other social media platforms. But for example, those ones are very much, looking like a YouTube subscribe button. So it's pretty much for YouTube specifically. So let's just start with this one, for example, and drag it here in our timeline. So here, for example, that YouTube CTA is made to ask your viewer to subscribe to your channel. You have a bunch of modifications that you can do directly in the inspector. First off, we could adjust the size and position to bring it to the lower part of our screen so it doesn't distract from the thing happening right here. Then we can load a profile picture right here. So you could go over to image control and then here select browse, and you can bring any JPEG or PNG file. So we could load like this image, for example. Sometimes, depending on the size of that image, it might not appear right away in the mask. So what I would recommend is to increase the size to the maximum. And then here we can try to recenter that image and lower the size progressively until it's fitting the mask. It's not ideal. Now in our latest titles, it's been kind of solved, but this one has been made a couple of years ago, and there was some quirks with the way media were loading inside of Resolve. So that's just like a quick workaround, but here we go. Now we have the media in our mask, and we basically now only need to change the text for the channel. So for example, here, the fashion podcast could be, let's say, the name of the channel, and then you can adapt your subscriber count. So for example, can say 99K instead. And because that specific title aim at mimicking the UI of YouTube, I don't think there is that much other stuff that we should change. But if you want, there is really a bunch of options that you can have. So here, for example, in the cursor, you can switch from arrow to hand instead. Or like you have another style of arrow, for example. If you want to give it an accent color, we could swap that, let's say, for red. And you basically have that much granular control for everything that you see on screen. It will work both on horizontal and vertical timeline. So here, if we just copy this, go over to vertical and paste it, as you can see, it's automatically gonna adapt to that vertical timeline format. Now again, because some of those titles have been created years apart, there is discrepancy in the performances and the feature of those. For example, here, if I take that other YouTube button that we've made a while back, if I play it, we might drop a few frames on this one because the way we've done it back then was like, pretty heavy. So just a quick workaround to make anything work perfectly and have like real-time playback is to go over to Playback and then here select render cache, and instead of none, select smart. It's just gonna bring over your title that red bar that's gonna turn from red to blue. And when it's fully blue, that means the title has been fully cached in and you will get real-time playback. So now as you can see, if we play it again, we're getting 30 FPS directly. Some other very helpful titles are the social handles. So that's gonna help you to basically display your social media handle as a lower third. So here, for example, if I text social handle number 4, we have a bunch of built-in feature for this one. Here you can select the logo directly from the drop-down. So you can choose to have Instagram, you can choose to have YouTube, you can choose to have X. Sometimes, some of the logo might not be, up to date, but we've tried to add all of the social media that were available at the time. You can easily adapt the color so it fits what you have selected. So for example, here, if we select X, but we still have the color from Instagram, we can go over to text 1. And then here, if we scroll down, we're going to switch from gradient to solid. And now we'll have a black box instead of a gradient box. Now we can just change the text from find me on X instead of Instagram. And as you can see, the box is automatically going to adjust to the text that we swap. And honestly, that's pretty much it. They are very simple and easy to use. They share mostly the same functionality. So it's just up to you to drag some on your timeline and experiment with them to get the look that you want. Just a quick mention for this one that I really like to display, let's say, all the video. So you can just here load your thumbnail. So we could just bring again a JPEG image, load that into the mask, and that could be just like a nice and quick way to display a video, a YouTube video that you're mentioning. So that's something that I really like to use. With that being said, I hope those titles will be helpful to you. Please let me know in a comment what kind of video you'd like to see next, and I'll see you in the next one. If you need motion graphic assets for DaVinci Resolve, we have over 50 carefully crafted packs available on our website, including transitions, effects, and titles built specifically for DaVinci Resolve. You can get started now, completely free, by downloading our starter pack that contains over 300 assets. Get it with the link in the description below or directly on the website at videoeditorstudio.com.